Hello besties! Today we are doing a screen wrap tumbler tutorial. I'm so excited about this one. But first, let me welcome you guys to our YouTube channel. Make sure you check us out on all our social media handles under Misfit Makers and click that subscribe button so you can be notified of any new tutorials. Check out our website and our Patreon. Okay guys, we're going to get started. I am going to be using a 32-ounce plum from the Tipsy Magnolia and a tumbler screen wrap from Wicked Lose. Okay, so I am showing you guys here how this overlaps. So I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. This is my first time doing this. I should have practiced beforehand, but you guys know me. First of all, YOLO. Second of all, I like to include any bloopers in my tutorials because then you can see how we fix things and what to do and not to do. Okay, so since my tumbler wrap is a little bit bigger, it overlaps, I'm going to peel off a little section on the end. This stuff is super thin, so it's really easy to overstretch it or rip it, so just be careful. I did get this wrap from Wicked Lose. She mostly sells a lot of fabric wraps, but now she's starting to sell these cool screen wraps, and you can use a heat press or a heat gun. I'll be using my heat gun here. So here I am just kind of lining up. The back side of this is a little grippy, so I kind of had to reposition it a couple times. Also, I'd like to add, I'm using a prep tumbler, but you can use a stainless steel tumbler without needing to be prepped. These have white backing, so you're able to put it over any surface, but I had a prep tumbler already and I decided to use that. So I am lining up my screen wrap just like you would a vinyl wrap, just to make sure it's nice and lined up. And like I said, I peeled up a little bit because it overlaps. You do not want to overlap the protective carrier over the other protective carrier. You want to make sure it overlaps over the screen wrap, if that makes any sense. So here I am just using your regular painter's tape, but you can use like sublimation tape, but this is all I had. And I talked to Mindy, the creator of these wraps, and she said it was perfectly fine. So I am taking my little heat gun, my hobby heat gun, but if I were to do this again, I would use my big shop heat gun because it heats up much more even, and plus it lets out more heat. I'm also using a paper towel here to kind of rub it in as I guess the backing kind of melts and you can press it down. So I'm just making my way around the tumbler, making sure everything is nice and hot and pressed in. Like I mentioned, this is my first time doing this method, so this is completely trial and error. So we're gonna learn today, okay? So I wasn't really sure like how long to apply heat, how long before it would stick, so I just kind of played it by ear and just made sure to hit every single spot. I do want to apologize for the fuzzy side on the right side of the screen. I have a new phone and I'm still trying to figure out the right position, and I didn't even notice that till I was editing the video. So I apologize. Okay, so after I feel like I got it heated enough, I went ahead and peeled my tape. Again, I use this tape to secure my wrap so it wouldn't move. You can use painter's tape or you can use the sublimation heat transfer tape, but this is all I had. So Mindy said I can make it work, and so I sure did. And as I started to peel slowly, I noticed that some of it wasn't adhered good. So I hit it with the heat gun again, kind of mushed it in really good again, and started peeling slowly. Slowly. As I peel this, you will see how vibrant these colors are. And again, you can apply it on stainless steel and it will be just as vibrant. It is not translucent at all. So here I am just kind of peeling, and then I noticed some of my edges were kind of peeling up. So I went ahead and peeled it all the way, well, a little bit out of the way, and then I hit it with that heat gun again. But make sure you use that carrier sheet or else your transfer can wrinkle or rip or whatever. So I have a couple of little wrinkles there. So I went back with my carrier sheet. I apologize for the the blurriness. And I went back and kind of hit it with the heat gun and they disappeared. See that little wrinkle there? I went ahead and hit it with the heat gun and then smoothed it out with my paper towel, and it smoothed out so nicely. I'm super impressed at how vibrant and pretty much easy how easy it is to do this. Like, this was my first time and I definitely learned from my mistakes, but I'm telling you, this is a game changer. Okay, so I use Pop of Color in the color Deep Ocean, and then I use this glitter called Trendsetter from Peachy Olive and some UV resin to apply my glitter. I did about 2 coats of the Pop of Color, let them dry in between, and now I'm applying a very thin layer of UV resin. And this is how I'm applying my glitter, but you can use Mod Podge or the epoxy method. I just was wanting to see this tumbler finish. So here I am using this beautiful mix by Peachy Olive called Trendsetter. It is an kind of like a blue, black, has some holographic pieces. I just felt like it went really, really good with this design. I left my bottoms blank because I have some future plans to do the butt on this tumbler, but for right now we're just going to focus on the design on top. Okay, so I put a nice thick coat of UV resin, and here I have 2 of my labs curing this as fast as possible because I wanted to see how beautiful this is. Okay, so here it is already with a coat of UV and sanded really well. I think I may have put 2 coats of UV because I wanted to get this done and I wanted to see it. Also the other thing I learned, guys, is that I recommend sealing your wrap with quick coat before you go in with UV or epoxy to avoid any fish eyes, any repelling. It did repel a little bit in some spots, and it could have been avoided with some quick coat, but another coat of epoxy fixed it. So after this step, I'm going to epoxy it one last time using some Fast Set by CC DIY, and then she is going to be done. I told you this was going to be a quickie. Like, look how cute it is. I can't wait for you guys to see it under epoxy. But what a game changer. Look how vibrant and so pretty it is. I did add a little bit of glitter additive to my epoxy to make it all sparkle because why not? But look how beautiful it is. I hope you learned from this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you try the screen wraps for your tumblers. Thank you so much for watching our tutorial, and also thank you to our Patreon members. Thank you for your continued support, and make sure to click that subscribe button and follow us on all the social medias and check out our other videos. See you guys later.